Last 2016 mainline review. Here we go, guys. Not only is this a review of the featured cars in the case, it's also, of course, an unboxing of Cars Oversized Assortment J, or better known as just Deluxe Case J for 2016. And now let's just dive right into it. There's actually a little story behind this case. So basically, it was supposed to come out in July as Case F. It had very similar contents, but it also had Mater with cone teeth. Mater with cone teeth is not in this case. He got canceled for 2016. Very, very unfortunate, but he is scheduled for a release in 2017, so hopefully that actually happens because he was canceled in 2010, and here we go again in 2016, so I really hope he gets released because he's an awesome looking car. But the other two new deluxes that were supposed to be in Case F are in this case, which of course are Craig Fäster and Alexis Wilson. I believe the exact contents of this case are 2 McMissile with breathers, 3 Craig Fästers, and only 1 Alexis Wilson. I would have preferred it if they had 2 Alexises and only 2 Craigs, because if you're like me and buy one to open and one to keep in the package, it would have been nice and easy, but I had to go out and find an Alexis, which in my area was not hard at all. This case is all over the place. I found so many, so I literally have a bunch because I wanted to make sure I have the best card. So, we'll probably talk about that a little later on in the video. Maybe not, but I want to give a huge shout out to GetMeCollectibles. He, of course, is the guy that I bought this case from, and he's just a great seller. His contact information and the eBay store will be in the description if you want to check him out. I mean, he has a lot on his eBay store, and if I want to buy something, I always check if he has it because he has a wide selection for great prices. So definitely check him out. Great seller, absolutely. And of course, he makes these case unboxings possible. I love unboxing cases, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been able to do these unboxing. I've done about 5 or 6 on my channel, and I really enjoy doing them, and I know that they're a fan favorite. You guys enjoy these unboxings, right? So let's get right into it now. I believe that's all I have to say for the introduction, and just so you guys know, all this right here doesn't really mean anything. The letter is what's important, and it indicates what you'll find in the box. And of course, we do have made in China 6 pieces, like I already said, 2 Finn, 3 Craig, and 1 Alexis. So let's break it right open here. Hopefully, my 6th time, this won't be too awkward. I have a box cutter here, so this should be pretty easy. I don't think I've done a case unboxing in quite some time. I think the last one was a 2-pack back in April, maybe March, somewhere around that time with Dan Sklarkenberg and Artie. That was a pretty good case, but yeah, let's open this up here. Kind of tough, but I just don't want to cut my fingers, and of course I want to reuse this box, so I don't really want to break into it that badly either. So we're on the last little slit of tape here, and bam! Let's check out what's inside, guys. I'm super excited. I love unboxing cases, as I've said before. So here we go. Sweet, we got some tissue paper around it, which is always a nice sign. Let's go for the fins first over here. Ooh. See, now, this is what I was saying. I bought a bunch of extras of Craig and Alexis that I found in the store because I didn't know the condition that the case would be in. This one doesn't look to be in the best condition, unfortunately. As you can see here, of course, I don't really care about the fins. It's nice to get one without the app logo, though. And now I did review Finn back in March of this year, and the link for that review will be in the description below if you want to check it out. A pretty good release for the year, but, definitely not the best. This one's not on a, terrible card, but still not the best. Ugh, see, man, this is nasty right here. Oh, man. Good thing I got extras of this because I was a little bit worried. And so I'll probably be opening this one unless another one comes out worse. Here we have Alexis Wilson. These are some pretty awesome deluxes, even though Alexis looks pretty small. And you can probably get that one in a single assortment or a single pack if you ask me. gosh, these are all in terrible card. Jeez. But I know that's not GetMeCollectibles' fault, so I'm not slamming GetMeCollectibles here. He shipped them in an amazing box, so definitely not his fault. Probably Mattel, probably throwing these around the warehouse before they went out. So that's okay with me. I got extras, so maybe I'll use one of these for a contest in the future. I've been thinking about doing a contest. I feel like using these would be good because I have a whole bunch of them. I don't know if you can see them in the back, but I do have a new background there. If you want to check that stuff out, I will be reviewing that stuff, especially the stuff on the top there. We got Carbon Frosty, and then the Petro Cartolina and Wilmer Flats are in another case unboxing that I will have coming up pretty soon. So yeah, we got another case unboxing already. So here we go. We got the stuff right here, and now let me just pull out one of each, set the rest off to the side, and we'll talk about them briefly. And then we'll open them up. So just pull them out here. All right, pretty sweet. So let's start with Finn because he's the most boring one in my opinion. And of course, he's in the Oil Rig Getaway series, obviously a deluxe. Now he is a choking hazard because you could break off the tires or the wings or the breather and you have a choking hazard. Number 6 out of 8 in the collection. Here's some others: Toga Gremlin, Tubbs Pacer, Vladimir Trunkov, and Stefan Gremsky. The Lemons think they've trapped the McMissile on an oil rig, but the secret agent plummets into the ocean for a dramatic escape. That's the last time I'll be reading that description, probably forever, sadly, but not sad because, 2016, not the best year for cars, but not the worst either. I prefer 2015. Here's Craig Fäster, and it is pronounced Fäster because we do have the 2 dots. Sorry, I don't know the official term for those 2 dots right there, but I believe it is German, if I am not mistaken. Number 9 out of 12 in the Rust-Eze Racing segment. Deluxe again. No Cars Daredevil Garage app, so that's awesome. And on the back here, we can see McQueen with sign, Donna Pitts, Michael Sparkber, Jonathan Wrenchworth, Fred, and Andy Vaporlock, obviously all previously released. The description for the series reads, after the Dynaco 400, Lightning McQueen meets and greets his excited Rust-Eze fans wanting to be just like him. And we do have a picture of Rusty and Dusty in the tent there, and they of course were released in the series as well at the beginning of the year in a 2-pack. So very nice releases there as well. And sadly, Rusty's actor just recently passed away. I believe his name is Ray Magliozzi. I might be mispronouncing that, but it's definitely sad to see him go. He did a great job in Cars 1. Moving on to Alexis Wheelson now in the Paris Parts Market series. Of course, we have the Deluxe tab and a very nice background as well. That is actually Justin Partson, who was released in the series. This is actually the entire series right here. We got 6 cars in the series. We have 5 on the back plus Alexis. So that's pretty cool actually that you have the entire series on the back there. But that is actually Justin there. Justin, and Alexis was right next to him. Now, Alexis could be a male, but I think that she's actually a female. So I'm sorry if I refer to Alexis as him or something, but I just have kind of had that mindset lately. So technically it's probably a she, even though I don't really know, whatever. We'll just go with a she. And if I say him, I'm sorry. But basically I really do like the background, and we do have a nice view of a wider scape because with the singles we get kind of a narrower landscape, I guess you could say. I also like the sign up here, and if anyone knows French, I believe the Cars reviewer does, who sometimes watches my videos. If you know what that means, please let me know. Kind of looks like market pieces, something like that, but I don't really know. I know Spanish, not French though. Of course, 6 out of 6 to conclude the series. On the back, we have Finn McMissile, Holly Shifwell with electroshock device, Justin Partson, Tom Bay, and Jason Hubcap. So a relatively decent series. I'd give it an A-, probably, maybe a B+ or something like that, because I feel like they could have made the series a little bit bigger and released some newer cars and probably not release Finn McMissile, even though I don't really see him hanging around too much. Of course, we do have Finn and Holly on the back here as well. And the description reads, Finn and Holly Shifwell chase a suspicious looking character through the crowded aisles of a Paris parts market. And of course, that suspicious looking character is Tom Bay, who is actually Finn's informant. If you have seen the movie, pretty good scene if you ask me. I like Tom Bay a lot. Wish he got some more screen time though. So I will be right back with these awesome cars opened up. The last 2016 cars I have to open up. Now these are the only two that I will actually be reviewing because I already reviewed Finn a while back. So I'll be right back with Alexis and Craig opened up on the table. Alright, so I just wanted to say that both of these are brand new characters, never released before, and they are both unique models. We've never gotten a pickup monster truck before, or this flatbed for Alexis, so very, very cool there. However, I feel like both of them are underscaled. In the movie, they seem to be a bit bigger, especially with Alexis. So we'll dive right into Alexis first here. I'm a little bit disappointed with him or her. Actually, I want to shed some light on the name situation. So I remember that I was talking to the Cars reviewer before, and he said that since Alexis is French, he's probably a guy because Alexis is a common French male name. And I believe it actually is pronounced Alexi. I might be wrong there, but I am pretty sure now that this is a male. So just so you guys know, of course, the Cars reviewer can clarify with us because he knows some French stuff. You know, he knows the entire language pretty much. So, like I was saying, I am a little bit disappointed with Alexis because if you look in the movie, the character that he's right next to, of course, Justin Partson, is, you know, decently smaller than he is. But if we have the diecast here, you know, Justin's only like just a little bit shorter than him, like a centimeter or something. And that is not right there. Of course, somehow they thought that they could put Alexis in a deluxe packaging. I personally think that they could have gotten him in a single packaging just because, you know, he's pretty much the same size as Brett Warrenwagon here, you know. And of course, Brett was a single package. Now, this is the tire stack, I guess, that made the entire decision. I don't know, but I feel like they could have then expanded the blister if this made it too tall. I mean, that's what Hot Wheels does. They don't all have the same blister sizes. Sometimes there's a small one, sometimes there's a big one for bigger cars. So I just feel like he could have been a single, so a little bit disappointing there. So yeah, he's definitely my least favorite out of these two because, like I have said, he definitely seems to be smaller than he should be. Because I'm showing him in the movie, of course, he appeared at the Paris parts market. And you can definitely see that he is taller than Justin. And I definitely think that the diecast doesn't reflect that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think he should be bigger? Or is he good the way he is right now? But I feel like if they made him bigger, it would have been a justified deluxe. So I don't know. Whatever. Getting back to Alexis here. As you can see, he's got a pretty nice expression, a little smile there. On the side, see, this is where all the great detail comes in on this guy. He's got all these tires. We got some hubcaps, just amazing detail. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any dirt around his fenders like Justin does. I feel like that's a little unrealistic because they are in a Paris parts market. Plus, his selling buddy, I guess you could say, has a bunch of dirt. But, oh well, it's not a huge deal. On the back here, we can see the tire. I'm surprised that he doesn't have a license plate. You know, that's kind of strange if you ask me. And then in his flatbed here, we got a bunch of other stuff. Really, really cool. Mainly tires and hubcaps and rims, all that great stuff there. So just a really, really awesome diecast. I just think that, you know, there are a couple things I don't really care for him about, like the size. And I think that he could have been a single, but just take a look in there. Just awesome. Of course, we got this other side full of hubcaps as well. Very, very nice. Really, really cool. I don't exactly know what that red thing is. Probably just a crate, you know, something along those lines. On the base here, we got just, you know, your typical stuff. Made in China, Mattel. date stamps, all that great stuff. So that's pretty much it for Alexis himself. Now I did want to compare him to Brett Warrenwagon and Alexis Wilson because, you know, we don't really have that many cars to compare Alexis to. So I thought, you know, let's pull up Paul and Brett here. These are the two trucks from the You Left Turn In series from 2015. Now, they actually do have a couple similarities in the way they look. You know, they have that kind of front design that looks similar. Obviously, they're very different in the back, but I feel like they definitely have a couple similarities here and there. You know, the door handle's up here on these two. It's back there. So, you know, you got those differences. But I feel like you can definitely see a little bit of similarity, at least in the front grills there. And now, of course, gotta show all the other Paris Parts Market cars. We have Justin Partson, of course, Tom Bay, Jason Hubcap, and Celine DeFair, who was not released in 2015, but I definitely think she deserves to be here because she was released in 2012, and since she was a chase, she cannot be re-released again. So here you go. Here are all the Paris Parts Market cars. Let me know what you guys think is your favorite. My favorite is Alexis just because of how detailed he is, but there are definitely some other cool cars in this batch as well. Alright, let's move on to my absolute favorite, Craig Fäster. He might end up being one of my favorites from the year, if not my absolute favorite of the mainline, because, man, we have never seen anything like this. Plus, when I saw the movie in 2006, somewhere around that time, maybe 2007, and I saw this rusty truck in the background, I'm like, oh my god, I want that as a toy. And it only took 10 more years, right? So, yeah, finally got him. So, it's great to finally get this guy. I really never thought that they'd make him. So, it's great that, you know, we got him as a release. So, very, very cool. Like I did say, though, at the beginning, I feel like he's a little bit small. I think he should be a little bit bigger. Because if we compare him to, you know, some of the other rusty cars, I feel like, yeah, he's just a little bit underscaled, unfortunately. It's not a huge deal, but I feel like it's just a little bit underscaled. However, the width is definitely right. He's definitely wide enough, if you ask me. And I really like this kind of like rolling system. Like you can, you know, do turns really well. So that's awesome for this monster truck. I also really like this guy's expression. It really matches his expression in the movie. And of course, he appeared in the Rust-Eze Tent at the beginning of Cars 1. A very, very short appearance, but definitely memorable, at least for me. Now, of course, he has this rust on him. He's like a white monster truck, but he's starting to rust quite a bit. So that's awesome. Just an amazingly detailed car. Maybe not as detailed with all the tires and everything as Alexis, but I just really, really like the look of this guy. You know, he's just amazing if you ask me. I know I keep saying that, but I really, really think that he is an awesome car. I'm sure you guys think so as well. I feel like the only thing that's a little bit unrealistic is the rims on this monster truck. I feel like they would be a little bit degraded and not like shining like they are here. But oh well, it's not a huge deal. And on the back here, we do have a license plate, unlike Alexis. And it reads AH4HE. A hair or something like that. So I believe that license plate has been used before, but I don't remember the exact cars. So a little unfortunate there, but you know what? I just really, really like this guy. I keep saying it, but unless I can really think of something else at the moment here, I'm gonna go with he's my favorite of the entire year. Like I'm trying to think of someone else. You know, Bud is cool, but I don't know. We've seen RVs before. We haven't really seen anything like this. So I guess, you know, you can say that we've seen the monster truck made their monster trucks, but I just feel like Craig is quite a bit different from them. As you can see, he's a lot smaller than them. You know, it kind of is like, wow, you know, but all of these were deluxes here, so it's just kind of like weird, like, wow, these were true deluxes, and this one's kind of like a semi-deluxe or whatever. But here we have the Tormentor and Rastacarian. And of course, they have the same rolling feature, just I feel like it's not as flexible, but you know, still same idea. And just for comparison, you know, they don't really have any similarities, but since they're both monster trucks. Now, Craig does not have this like cage feature, of course, because he's not an actual designed to, you know, monster truck, I guess you could say. I don't know, he's not designed to go on the wrestling ring or do off-road stuff, so he doesn't really have that stuff. He's just kind of like a typical guy, you know? And you can see that on Mater as well here. So I will be reviewing some of these monster trucks very soon, just so you guys know. Rust-Eze, actually I'll be doing an unboxing for him in my suggestion video for him. And I think all of the monster trucks have been suggested, even though I've only done one on my video. And so I think that was Ice Screamer, and all of them have been suggested. So unfortunately, you can't suggest any more monster trucks from Monster Truck Mater. But, you know, maybe there's one. I'm not entirely sure. So let's get back to the review here. You know, that's actually pretty much all for Craig. Here's the base if you're interested, though. We have Disney, Pixar, and a bunch of the other typical information there. What a wonderful release. Now, I do want to do a size comparison to McQueen here. You know, basically the same length. Just, you know, the tires, same length pretty much. And obviously, Craig is taller. And this will be pretty important for you guys if you want to know how tall and big, you know, Alexis actually is. Because you can see how McQueen compares to Alexis, you know, makes Alexis look kind of small for him being a flatbed truck. So a little strange there. Like I said, I really wish he would have been bigger. And if they wanted to go with the smaller size, I think he could have gone in a single assortment, a single package. So that's all my complaints. I think, you know, these are some great cars. And just so you guys know, this pickup truck has never really been used before. I want to compare it to, you know, JW here. Nope. Duff Rex. Nope. Actually, I don't think so. Duff definitely seems to be bigger. Yeah, no. And definitely not. Brian P. Clamp is just a monster. You know, he's a monster truck himself there. Look at that. He compares to the size pretty well. Wow. So what I'm saying, Mattel, you should have made this guy a little bit bigger. Like, not as big as the Tormentor here, but maybe met him like halfway or something. So that's all for this review. I hope you guys did enjoy it. And now we gotta get the armies of each of these cars. You know what, I'm gonna ask the question as well. Of course, which is your favorite, Craig or Alexis? And you can also answer, what's your favorite Rusty car now? Because we have all of them. Of course, we have Fred back there, and the Vapor Lock on the right. We got the owners, Dusty and Rusty over here. And it looks like I forgot to pull out the rest of them. I'm sorry. Bam! There they all are. Which one is your favorite? My favorite is definitely Craig Fäster, then followed up by Japeth or Jay Schuster, and then on to Andy Vaporlock. I don't know how I forgot to bring the rest of them out. You know, I take them out of my cases, bring them over to my table because they're in a separate room. And I guess I just forgot to go back to get Jonathan, Jay Schuster, and Japeth and Michael. So, sorry about that, guys. But, of course, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I know I haven't done that many reviews lately. I've been doing a lot of Cars 3 speculation. And, of course, the entire 12 days of Christmas. And I'm sorry that I couldn't include these in the 12 days of Christmas, because I'm sure some of you guys would have suggested them instead of probably what you put. So I'm sorry about that, but just the way everything happened, I wanted to get that series out, and I had finals, so yeah, just a bunch of random stuff that I just kind of made the situation problematic. So thanks again for watching. Now, of course, I hope you enjoyed everything, like I keep saying, and GetMeCollectibles, thanks for the case. I very much appreciate it. So I'll see you guys probably very soon for another video. We have a birthday request coming out on the 30th, I think. And then, of course, we have a bunch more videos as well. So I'll see you guys then. Bye now.